All right, you guys, this is Raw Detroit, and we're back at you with another one on today. Definitely, guys, we're going to continue to bring you some of the hottest NFL prospects, some of the hidden gems in the draft, under the radar guys. Definitely, guys, if you like what we're doing over here, make sure you guys like the videos. The like button is free, and the subscription button is free. Make sure you guys do both of those things. And we appreciate everybody that's been subscribing to the channel and rocking out with us. And today we got a good one for you on today. We're talking about another linebacker, and we're going to talk about linebacker Mike Rose out of Iowa State. He stands at about 6'4", 250 pounds. And let's get into his statistics and what he did in college. All right, in 2018, he was a freshman. He ended up with 75 tackles and 1.5 sacks that season. In 2019, his sophomore season, he had 77 tackles and 3.5 sacks and 1 interception. And then in 2020, which was pretty much his best season, he had 96 tackles, 1.5 sacks, and 5 interceptions on the season. And then this season that just passed in 2021, he ended up with 73 tackles and 3 sacks. So this dude has been definitely productive in college. Very, very smart linebacker. And when it comes to like the Detroit Lions, you know, it's time to be able to get a Pro Bowl caliber linebacker. I definitely think that this team definitely deserves to have a all-pro caliber linebacker. It's been a while since we had that. And like I said before, guys, Chris Spielman was the last guy to be an all-pro linebacker for the Detroit Lions. Now, DeAndre Levy, Ernie Sims, and Stephen Tulloch, they were very, very solid linebackers for us. You know, Levy was probably one of the best linebackers we've had in a long time, and Stephen Tulloch was also nice as well. And those guys were very productive when they was on a team, even though Levy never was a Pro Bowl linebacker, even though he got snubbed the year that he probably should have been a Pro Bowl linebacker. But he's never been a Pro Bowl linebacker. And really, we're not shooting for Pro Bowl. We're shooting to be an all-pro. And that's what it's all about. You know, some of us say that the Pro Bowl is a joke and it's only for popularity, and that may be true. But at the same time, you still looking for that monster. You still looking for that savage. You still looking for that werewolf, that dog, that silverback gorilla to be at the linebacking position. The Lions desperately need a face on defense, and it's time to start getting guys in here that are playmakers. When you look at a lot of teams in the NFL, look at the rosters, man. You know, when you look at the offensive side of the ball, you see stars or you see Pro Bowl caliber players. And when you see the defensive side of other teams that we have faced, they got names on the defense. And that's what the Detroit Lions need to get. They need to have star power on this team. They need to have guys that have faces. Like when you see me, when you see number 52 or when you see number 54 or 44 or whatever my jersey number is at linebacker, you know that I'm coming, and I'm coming to rip your face mask off. I'm coming on every single play. I'm going to give it 110%. And definitely, man, I think that Mike Rose is one of those guys that's going to do it. He's not very athletic when it comes to being very, very athletic or a freak of nature, but he makes up for that with being able to be a smart player. Now, Mike Rose is an intriguing prospect who has come up leaps and bounds at Iowa State. Rose is a hard-hitting linebacker that has a knack for being around the football consistently, and he possesses infectious energy that rubs off on teammates around him. Rose has good strength, a great football IQ to make up for his athletic abilities and shortcomings. In the right scheme, Rose would be a dominant linebacker. He reads and reacts really well to draw plays, misdirection, the run, keeps his eyes always in the backfield when rushing the passer and stopping the run. Has a very good motor, and he regularly chases down guys and is able to get to them and make a play. So when you're looking for a linebacker, you're looking for those guys that are very, very smart, guys that are going to punch the ball out, guys that are going to some kind of way make a play to be able to get the offense the ball back. And I definitely think that Mike Rose, with his size and his capability, I think that sky's the limit with this dude. And I think that he would be a good pick later on in the draft. If you can't get the linebacker that you want, if you miss out on like a Nakobe Dean or a Devin Lloyd or something like that, Definitely, there's going to be more linebackers in the draft class, and Mike Rose is one of those guys that definitely I would take a look at. You know, you need playmaking ability. He can do that as far as dropping back in coverage and being able to cover, being able to stop the run, being able to read and react, getting to the ball well, and just being a great tackler. That's one thing that I would love to see for the Detroit Lions, not to be missing all these tackles, because sometimes you watch the games, we miss so many tackles, man, whether as a team or as an individual. So we got to get better as far as being able to tackle people, being able to be in position to make plays, whether it's interceptions, fumbles, punching the ball out, whatever you got to do to make a play for your team, you need to do that. And I think that the Detroit Lions definitely need to put Mike Rose on their big board when they're looking at linebackers, because he has the size at 6'4", 250 pounds. And definitely he's something that we can use. You don't have to always be the speedy guy at linebacker. You don't have to be the fastest, but you need to be able to have the football IQ to be able to guard tight ends and be able to catch running backs out of the backfield. You need to be able to know what's going on out on the field. You need to be a leader of men. You know, the linebacker position normally are the guys with the green dots, and they call the plays. They call, what's going on in the huddle. So I definitely think that this dude could be box office in the NFL. I definitely think that the Detroit Lions could use a guy like him. The size is something that I tremendously love. I love bigger linebackers because I just feel like bigger linebackers can shed blocks better than the smaller linebackers. Now, smaller linebackers normally use their speed and they're able to shoot through the gaps faster. But bigger linebackers, they're able to get off these big guys and get back there and make plays too, just as well as the speedy linebackers and things of that nature. But I definitely think that this kid would be a linebacker that the Lions could use, a linebacker that the Lions could take a look at, because the skill set that he has definitely warrants him to be a guy that could be like a Chris Spielman. Like when you think about Chris Spielman, he wasn't the biggest guy. Chris Spielman, what was 6 foot? I think 6 foot tall, but he was a monster at the linebacker position. And I think that's something that we need, man. We need guys to be able to groom. We already drafted Derek Barnes. Now go get another couple linebackers and let's build this thing. Let's do this thing right, man, so that we have some studs at the linebacking position, because the Lions have not had that. You haven't had it where we got two linebackers like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Levante David on one side, and you got Devin White on the other side. We haven't had that. And that's something that I definitely think that we need, guys, to be able to have two linebackers that are able to make plays and cause havoc. And I definitely think this dude is one of those guys that can come up, make a play, cause some havoc, and be a werewolf out there. So, all right, guys, make sure you keep it real and make sure you keep it raw. And we'll be back to you soon with another video. I'm out of here until next time.